This is a huge box over here and it's pretty heavy. And this, my friend, is the Canon PIXMA Pro 200. Now in this video, we're going to check out the first impression of this printer. Let's roll the intro. What's up everybody, it's John here. Welcome to another episode of Afterwork Gear Review. Now today we got the Canon PIXMA Pro 200. It says over here is the A3 Plus Professional Photo Printer. And right off the bat, I want you guys to know that this review unit has been sent by Canon. I do get to keep it, but there's no money in exchange of the whole entire collaboration. The thought process, the review, and everything that I say is all on me. This is the Canon PIXMA Pro 200. I'm pretty stoked with the A3 Plus Professional Photo Printer though. It's gonna be a permanent feature here in John Studios, and I get to print whenever I want. It's a desktop class printer, alright? It's gonna sit on a desk, and judging from the box over here, the printer's just gonna be about slightly smaller than the box, which means I've got to make space, which means I've got to get a new table, which means I've got to go to Ikea to get it set up. So I foresee this is gonna be a long video, but if you're here just for my first impression about this printer, click on this time code above my head right there, or just skip to that chapter, whichever. So Ikea, let's go. Ikea, 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 Ikea. I've always liked fine art prints, and I'm psyched that I have a printer at home that's able to do this kind of print whenever I want. Some Ikea frames. So with photo framing, it's kind of like a personal taste, that kind of thing. Ikea has some very simple yet good looking frames that's pretty workable for most of the occasion. Black borders like this will work. The gold one is interesting if you have the right print for it. Let's just see how they decorate the framing here. I got psyched into getting this one with the Alex table because today Alex table has a promotion. I'll say 50 bucks on this one. And instead of getting a smaller table, I think I get a combination of two table with 4 legs like that. During the last project when I did with Canon, I did print out some prints, and if you haven't watched that video, click right here. So what I find is that black color frames and white color frames are pretty generic. It can fit almost all kinds of prints. Sometimes the print itself decide what kind of frame it should go on. So I'm just gonna get a generic frame because I haven't confirmed what I want to print from that printer for the first print that I'm gonna make with it. I think I'm gonna get this. So these are the rebar 30 by 40. This will fit the A4 size. I'm gonna get the black one of these, and this will house the print that I'm going to be making. I'm going to get a lasso lamp. A grey one will work. It will fit into my office or my bedroom actually. And now for the big item, guys, you gotta get this. Rack 15 for decided to go with the black because black will be the surface. Black will be the surface if I'm going to do anything from the top down angle. If I shoot some YouTube video, I can use the black. I think it can be nice. So now I gotta get the legs. I gotta get 4 of these. Advantages of staying in a building with a mall downstairs. I borrowed the trolley. I guess today, right now, we're just gonna set it up and get things moving with the table. And this is where the Canon PIXMA Pro 200 will stay, and this is gonna be its permanent feature over here. Ta-da! Oh my! There's a lot of things that's happening over here. Am I ready for it? I'm glad you asked. This table is 120 centimeter and this takes up like almost close to 2/3 of the table. There is a CD over here. I'm guessing there's drivers. Yep, so there's 8 inks. This is the print head. Okay, so let's power this guy up. So the initial setup is pretty straightforward so far. I like the fact that they have these color LCD over here that describe what to do step by step. That's alignment and auto calibration on the printer. The initial setup involved installing print drivers on the Mac and connecting the printer to my Wi-Fi network. It's fairly straightforward, and once the printer is set up, we are ready to craft the first print. I've selected this photo of KLCC because I think the texture is actually wonderful. And what's not to love to print KLCC as one of my first print on the printer. So I've over sharpened the image so that it will look good when it's printed out. The screen, it looks overly sharpened, but on paper it will look good. So I'm just going to launch my print menu and scale media to fit everything and ready for print. So this is the print. I think it's gorgeous. I love the texture. I love how crisp. I hope you guys can see it as its full glory if you are standing in front of it, but you just got to see it from the screen. I actually printed 2 copies of this. So if you're going to leave me a comment in this YouTube video, I'll randomly pick someone in the comment below, and the prerequisite that is you gotta be from Malaysia. I'll ship it over to you guys. This is my copy, and I'll be mounting this into the Ikea Ikea frame that I purchased. Here we go, KLCC. I'm just gonna put here to display for you guys to see. How about that? So, what do you guys think about the print? Comment below. Okay, what's my initial thought about this printer after 2 prints? Well, first of all, the build of the printer is definitely sturdy in size. It does take up about 2/3 of my table upstairs where the printer belongs, which is to be expected though, because this is an A3 Plus printer and it's supposed to be a desktop printer. It's still perfect for a small studio like mine. Well, setting the printer up is straightforward though. The 3-inch display over here does help a ton. The display gives a comprehensive setup instructions to how to use the printer. Connecting to Wi-Fi is relatively simple, and my first 2 prints that I made over Wi-Fi seems reliable. And of course, I'm in no rush in waiting for the print to be developed. When I say develop, I mean print. But on specification, it says that A3 Plus borderless print, it takes about 90 seconds. Now, I've printed this particular photograph over here with the Fine Art Paper Museum etching. FAME2, that's the code name if you want to Google it. It comes in 20 sheets. Now, essentially, this is actually a cotton-based paper, and it is a rebatch from Hanemule. It's written here, supplied by Hanemule. Now, this paper has their own ICC profile that can be loaded into the printer. I went to Hanemule's website and able to download the profile for this. There is this file called the AM1X, where I can be loading that file into the media configuration tool, which was provided by Canon, which then I can load it up into the printer. This profile helps the print to be accurate, to be represented by the paper. Now, the PIXMA Pro 200 does make nice looking prints on these cotton paper that I printed on, just the way I like. In fact, I'm looking forward to be printing some of my work Some will be my personal collection, whilst some will be for my client work. And I like the idea of having access to my printer whenever I want to print a photograph. How about that? Well, thank you for watching another episode of Afterwork Gear Review. Now, if this video was of any help to you in any way, do consider buying me a cup of coffee. Now, links and description below. And if you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing, as I will be making videos about photography and videography for YouTube and more about PIXMA Pro 200 in the near future. Now, I'll see you guys on the next video.